But we hope you enjoy what we have planned for tonight. There's a lot of education, there's some film, some food, some fun, some booths and some vendors back there as well. I hope you guys go and support some of our local Kanaka and Hawaiian subject businesses.
We've been having events on all of the islands. We've been to Molokai, then we went to Kauai, we went to Kona, now we're in Puna, and then we're heading to Maui tomorrow, and then Oahu is the last dance. And the reason we're going all around is because we have a message, an exciting message as Hawaiians. We've been living in a fake world, and that's been created by the system that we live in, the county, the state, and the federal government. So one of the things we're trying to do is come up with the truth of who we were, and then hopefully that truth of who we were is going to allow us to become who we are. And that is an independent, sovereign, neutral nation called the Hawaiian Kingdom. Basically, the system has convinced most of us that we are actually Americans. So it's an uphill battle, but we're beginning to follow the people who have done research. So what we're following now is not really mana'o. Like, I have a lot of mana'o, but I don't want to preach about my mana'o. What we're trying to follow is facts, and we're trying to follow laws. So I've been working for the last 40 years under the state government and the federal government. And you go in circles, and you go one step forward, two steps back, and it's really frustrating. So now what we're following and convincing Hawaiians to be interested in is international law. And we feel that that's going to be something that's going to get us out of this conundrum that we find ourselves in as Hawaiians. So we're going from island to island to talk about the Permanent Court of Arbitration. And the kingdom has been recognized as being a viable kingdom that is alive and well at the Permanent Court of Arbitration. So the Permanent Court of Arbitration is something that is created by the United Nations. So we're going to that level in order to tell the story, the truth of who we are. So thanks to some Hawaiians that have been going to that level since the year 2000, we now have standing. So the initial move to go there, we did not really get exactly the outcome we wanted, but we got recognized as being a viable Hawaiian kingdom. So the next option presented to us is called fact-finding. So this option allows us to put together an international commission of inquiry. So that's what we're doing right now. This commission has started. They're picking the tribunal, the 3 people that are going to hear it. We've hired people, international lawyers from Italy and from San Francisco, and they're going to represent the Hawaiian nation. And we're going to go and do fact-finding. So if everything goes the way we plan it, at the end, we're going to be recognized as an occupied nation. And that triggers international kinds of laws and rules to deoccupy us. I am not a lawyer, so I don't understand all of those international laws, but I understand the truth of who we are, and the idea is to take that truth to the international level, and then have the Permanent Court of Arbitration announce the truth to the United Nations and thus to the world. And we feel that the Permanent Court of Arbitration cannot enforce the findings. They can only present the findings. So they don't have nobody can tell America what to do. They just have too many aircraft carriers. But the truth, we feel, right now is perfect to go out into the world to tell the truth, because, you know, this guy Trump, he's allowing, through his actions, for people to now start doubting the leadership of the United States of America. So it's a good time for us to come up and express our voice to this nation. And if people, when I say people, if nations out there realize that we are not America, that we're actually a neutral country, we feel that that is going to cause enough of a ruckus so that the situation we find ourselves in as Hawaiians is going to get better. We feel that the truth will set us free, and that it's not going to be our muscle or our might against the United States. It's just going to be the truth against the United States, and we feel that that's going to be enough during this time and place. Another way that I like to put it is when you get low tide and no more waves, it's time to pick opihi. So this is a great time for us to go internationally and start picking opihi. We try to manipulate the national government and the state government and the county government. We haven't been that successful as Hawaiians. So now we're going to try and go and manipulate countries by telling them the truth. For us to keep standing behind the donkey that's kicking us, or the elephant that's kicking us, let's go to another level and go there with the truth and see how far we're going to get. I think the time is right to go to the international level.
But how they would conduct this inquiry? Do you think they'd come up to the islands?
That's the ongoing discussion now. Where? Do you go to Europe where all the countries are so that they'll understand? Or do you come to Hawaii to get all of the Hawaiians involved into the whole thing? And it's cheaper if they come to Hawaii for us to attend. So those discussions are going on now, and then picking the 3 judges, those discussions are going on now. It'll tell us what are the duties and of the Hawaiian Kingdom towards its subject and those kinds of things. But the main thing is that you can also create facts and findings regarding war crimes. So that's a serious part of the ICI.
Americans, we will never be Americans. Aloha kako, kalapana, ukava.
Nothing's going to be the same after this.
Mahalo kako. I love my son, he's the bomb.
We have some control over the situation, but the rest of it is going to depend on how the truth plays out at the international community.
You know, I gotta be honest here. I never joined Henry. I never joined Bumpy. I never joined the Patriots. I never joined nobody. I don't know what this. I never did. But I've been joining Hawaii, the earth.
One of the main reasons why we're doing on every island is to tell people that we need to unite. Unity in the Hawaiian community has been really hard to get to. Especially at the national level, we've been fighting with federal recognition that split the community right down the middle. So now we're saying when we go to the international level, let's not do the same thing because that's going to make it really hard for us to be successful. So we're calling for unity, to go to this ICI with unity in mind and not split ourselves as Hawaiians that we're doing right now at the national level. Most people agree that we are on the bottom and that all of these years of fighting at the national level has gotten us hardly anything. My gut feeling is that we're getting worse. Things are not getting better for us as Hawaiians. So it's time to switch the focus. The national level, especially with Trump, you don't want to be in the national level anymore. They're imploding. The United States is imploding. So there's no morals right now in the corporate world. It's all about more and more and more money. So they have a world view of the control. They're going to control the whole world. So it behooves us to get into the international level. Our kupuna, they were experts in the international level ever since the 1840s. So we've gone away from that. That's why it's important to know who we were. You know, we were part of the family of nations. So one of the other things going to come out of this ICI is that all of the treaties, like the 80 different treaties that we have, people are going to have to honor those treaties. So there's a lot of good steps. And it's complicated, and we're going to try and tell a story one step at a time.
Yeah, we go rock and roll. I just someone now. Because I've been watching these things for almost 40 years. I'm not complaining now. I've seen people come and go. I've seen constitutions rock and roll. But you know how you can gauge where we at? I'm going to tell you guys a secret. And you know this secret. How you can tell if you win it? You watch which way the cop point the gun. If the cop point the gun at us, we still losing.